So first of all, I agree with you. And what I think is a woman is probably the best way to truly test a man's masculinity. Because I noticed that even like a guy that's even really good and equipped with pulling a chick here and there, having sex with her very quickly, even might look smooth, might be a player. And on a short term basis, he could probably have a lot of success with women, but on a long term basis, he's a failure. He does not know how to keep a woman. And a long term relationship with a woman is probably the best way to test your masculinity, true masculinity, with a woman. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll go further than that. I do think a woman is could be a man's greatest test of masculinity because that's our weakness. It is what it is. Women are our weakness, but more specifically, women that we have a high desire for, women that we are really emotionally into. Once we are into a woman for real, like that's when our insecurities start coming to the surface. That's when everything changes. Like I remember even me, I'm gonna expose a little story about myself. Long time ago, I had this girl I had feelings for. It was this crazy situation, and me and her were friends, and it was just this crazy situation. But anyways, I had this other at that time. It was around the time where I was kind of, I guess you could say, a player. I never called myself a player, but I had no problem getting women. All right, this is way before me being Stephon Speaks, and I remember my female friend saying to me, "Yo, why don't you do with her, the one that I really like, the same way you do with all these other women that you so easily get?" And it hit me like, oh snap, she's right. And I said, okay, what's the difference between the other women and this one? And the difference was I really care. I'm really into her. I love her. I want, you know what I'm saying? I want to pour into her. And now what happens as a man is that we lose sight of our masculinity. We kind of slide more into the feminine when that happens. And we haven't been taught how to maintain that masculine frame while still being in love with a woman. Because even in like movies, everything is, treat her like a queen and do this for her and show her how much you love her. But the reality is that, yes, you have to show her that you love her, but what she was attracted to begin with was your masculine energy. And if you lose that, you will lose her. So we have to understand, and to make it simple as an example I'll give is like one man who says, I love you, I can't live without you. He's all emotional, maybe he's even crying, whatever. The other man who says, baby, I love you. I want to be with you. You're important to me. You know what I'm saying? It's the same message, but the energy is completely different. You see what I'm saying? That's what a woman wants. She wants you to be able to express love and desire, but she doesn't want you to be an emotional wreck about it. She doesn't want you to be whining and crying and act like the world's going to end if she's not around, because now she doesn't see the strong man that she was attracted to. And we slide into that when we don't know better as men, especially with that first experience, because no one taught us, no, you still have to, not only did no one teach us, we have to learn how to still maintain our masculinity when we love a woman, but a lot of us did not even cultivate our masculinity before we fell in love with that first woman.
Wow.
No, that's true. I mean, but I would even argue, man. I mean, it's certain way. The only way you can even cultivate your masculinity to a certain point is to keep a woman. And the funny thing is, right now, one of the biggest conversations we actually having right now, or not, I'm hearing in the community is a better way to say it, is that men should not be considering women as long-term partners. And honestly, it's really fucked up that's a real conversation, because that's actually destructive from a community aspect, because that really makes us a weaker community.
Yeah.
If we don't really look to partner with our women and build. So what do you say to a young man right now that's saying that I don't see the value of a marriage? Marriage is solely to benefit women. What do you say to